Mozambique insurgents Rwanda leaders to the fight back. 1,000-strong Rwandan force has hit the ground running since its deployment in Mozambique to fight poor insurgents who have carried out devastating attack in far northern the country. In 2 weeks, the troops, the first foreign force to be prayed against the insurgents, have taken a key Lord Jackson, held by the military for past years, and have reached the port town of Mozambique, the Praia. In 4 years, the insurgents have taken control of most the 5 districts in Cabo Delgado province in the northern east end of Mozambique. So far, 3,100 people have been killed and 820,000 displaced, more than the entire population of the 5 districts. When in March the insurgents captured Parma, the gas bombed down and joined the total of $20 billion of USA, all 1,000 billions of euros, developed of the second largest gas field in Africa. The French oil again abandoned the massive construction site. Mozambique's defense forces are regulated as corrupt, poor training and ill-equipped, and well no match for growing but still leg-tape brand and the insurgents. Despite opposition within his own party, President Filipe Nyusi called the foreign help. There is born agreed that uprising was begun by young people without job protesting about growing poverty and inequality, as well as the lack of the gain for mining resources including laborers and gas. Conflict in northern Mozambique has forced more than 800,000 people to flee their homes. This compounded by social injustice, the lack of the voice, and the abuse by government officials, police, and soldiers. The conflict started with a symbolic attack on Mozambique, the Praia, in 2017, and escalated as the young peoples captured weapons from soldiers and again locked the support. The labels are called Al-Shabaab, which is in the local language means the youth, and has not connected to group of the same name in Somalia. The conflict zone is major Muslims, and by 2019, the rebels had made contact with the Islamic State group. The USA has named them as Mozambique and designated them a foreign terrorist organization. In Mozambique, many people depended on fishing for their livelihood in Mozambique far northern. But insurgents have no legal message, and instead they say they are fighting the state. And they still primarily fight with weapons and vehicles captured from Mozambique security force. The international crisis group think tank recently says the insurgents has only 10 years link with is and the real drive of this conflict have more to do with local grievances. No one will send the soldiers to Mozambique to help it fight hunger's local, but will support fight against Portugal, the farmers Corona Forum, and the USA already have soldiers in Mozambique training army to fight the insurgents. South Africa, Mozambique's biggest neighbor, pushed hard to send a troop throughout the region organization, the South Africa Development Community, SADC. But Mozambique has a mixed history with the three and wants to keep them at arm's length. The compromise was Rwanda, which has a very professional army. Just 10 days after President News Floyd the meet his Rwanda counterpart for talk in April, the reconnaissance team of Rwanda official was in Cape Delgado. Diplomatic sources say the USA approved the deployed Rwanda has also built a close link with Israel, with would encourage an anti-easy operation. Once Rwanda troops were the group and fighting, the SADC mission was allowed in. South Africa ships and planes arrived in Pemba over the weekend near the war zone and Alomolders convoys with the first of 1,500 South Africa soldiers drove into Mozambique. They included members of the Special Force 43 Bridge, Botswana armored vehicle, and 300 soldiers have also closed into Mozambique. Fear of the snipers. Rwanda said troops are there as long as necessary, and it's expected they will ensuring eventually clear of a security zone around Palma and the nearby gas instruction. The hope is that Toto will stay safe enough to return to work next year. Initially, South Africa troops are in Mozambique for only 3 months, and nearly 3,000 troops plus air and sea power should make relatively quick work of the captured Lord Town and Muchimboa the Playa ports. But insurgents are already abandoning in the basin and breaking up into small groups as guerrilla under pressure. No more doom. A part of the world zone are the extremely dense jungle with proof that the excellence cover. Also, the Arizona has long insulted Lord, which are excellent for the sniper, and for the past 7 years, no more an aligned opposition group with a representation in the parliament has shown that few snipers can create trouble by spreading close and main northern southern Lord. And if the line is correct, they is in fact likely to send money, weapons, and the jihadists to take over the local wall and escalate it. This war will not be over, it will simply be pushed back to where it was 2 years ago. This year, unmatched international asset, both government and the insertion of war crime. So many people will be fighted by the litany of Mozambique, South Delmont, police, and the insurgents. The local people know their communities. They captured both Palma and Muchimboa the Playa last year by first sending local NOS members into the to stay with family or supporters. Civil layers and military, the governance must also be resolved. Interview with people captured and realized by the insurgent conflict. Insurgents confirm that many are only there for money and the plan and would live in the insurgents if they were offers reasonable job with a future. A few thousand jobs could end the war, but national prepared to send expensive troops. Battlers will not pay to create unquestioning asked long-term job. Report this, you can call me Eric. I'm Eric. See you the next. Please do subscribe and do share and the commentary in the comment section. Thank you for that. We're together in the next.